I'm Chef Jeffrey Held, and this is Cooking for Wellness at NYU Langone Health. Our guest today is neurology resident Dr. Stephen Ronay. Welcome, Dr. Ronay.
Thank you so much.
So summer is the start of the new resident cycle, which means it's the beginning of several years of very hectic schedule that can make it really difficult to find time to eat healthy and exercise. We're going to show you how to take advantage of the time you do have to prepare some healthy and delicious meals in advance. All you need is about 90 minutes every 3 to 4 days, and it can be a great way to prepare for a busy schedule ahead when cooking is just not an option. Let's get started. What do you do for meals normally?
My wife and I like to cook.
My inclination is that when I watch TV is that residents just eat takeout every day. That's not the case.
So there's a rule for takeout. It's very important to know when you can't cook and when you can.
Like a formula.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's a rough shift. You definitely, don't have the time or the energy to cook. Sometimes you need to pick me up on the way back, a little frozen yogurt. But we both like, healthy vegetarian cooking.
I like that you got a plan. You got a serious plan. So let's get started. We're going to start on a very easy spring onion quinoa. We're going to sweat the bottom part of the spring onion in a little bit of olive oil, low to medium heat. Okay. We don't want color on it. We want it to just soften gently.
Okay.
All right, so our onions are softening up. We're just about ready to go. Yeah, go ahead and add that quinoa.
Okay, great.
So I like to just toast it, literally 30 seconds to a minute. All right, we're keeping it plant-based. Sometimes I use a vegetable stock, vegetable broth. We're using water today. Keep it nice and simple. Ratio, 1 part quinoa, 2 parts water. So we're gonna add the tops of the spring onion right to the pot. We're gonna let that come up to a simmer. Once it's just starting to bubble, cover it. It's gonna cook for 15 minutes exactly. Remove it from the heat. Allow it to just rest for about 5 minutes and then good to go. Perfect. Okay, so I know this seems like a lot. It's not. I'm gonna break it down. We took some broccoli. We just dressed it in olive oil and salt and pepper. We're gonna finish it with some Japanese Furikake seasoning. It's like umami, seaweed, sesame. Got some chickpeas. We used canned chickpeas. We didn't cook them from fresh, but low sodium version. Drained them, tossed them a little bit of olive oil, little lemon zest, and just fresh thyme. We're gonna roast them off so they're nice and crispy. This here is the summer vegetables, my favorite. Summer squash, eggplant, and tomatoes. Then we even have some pita bread. I just cut into triangles and I dressed it with Za'atar seasoning. 375. Nothing's gonna take longer than 20 minutes. So into the oven we go. Now we're gonna make our tahini dressing. Tahini paste, a little bit of fresh lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Want to whisk that together. Nice. We're just gonna slowly drizzle in that olive oil. You whisk and I'll do it for you. Beautiful. Perfect. Moving on. All right, so next up, we're gonna get started on a real quick and easy chickpea salad.
Okay.
Just using cooked chickpeas. We have some diced tomato, some fresh cucumber, and a little bit of olive oil again. You want to give that a stir? Dr. Ronay, can you tell us what it means to be a neurology resident?
It's exciting. It's always different every single week. I don't have a set schedule. We rotate through many different areas. Specifically at NYU Langone, it's really exciting to be here because we have, the full breadth of neurological subspecialties, and we work closely with our neurosurgical colleagues and with our neuroradiologists. So it's a great place to train.
Wow. I got some fresh oregano leaves. And I got some feta cheese. And just give that a nice gentle turn. Perfect. All right, so you ready to put together our meals?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it done. In terms of how we're gonna set this into certain plates, I have no plan whatsoever. I love to just mix it up and just have different variety every time you eat, So we have this awesome roasted broccoli now. What do you think? You want to add that to a couple?
Sure.
Just add a little bit. We even roasted off some whole sweet potatoes, 1 hour at the same 375 degree temp. Let's add some pita. I even get like little tiny bits of like fresh fruit, like grapes or strawberries, things like that. Make it interesting. Mix it up a little bit. All right, our quinoa is ready.
Great.
We got our summer veggies. I got the quinoa.
Great.
You add some of that. Oh, and lastly, we even have our crispy cashews and chickpeas.
Okay.
I'll admit this seemed a little bit chaotic. We basically made about 3 days worth of food, so I'm pretty happy with how this went.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
I think having one day where you have to take a little time to do a meal prep, you really thank yourself later in the week when you don't have as much time.
100%. Any final words of wisdom for your fellow residents, incoming residents?
I think that residency, any way you slice it, can be challenging, but it's a challenge that everybody learns to rise to, and you sort of learn strategies along the way that work for you.
Dr. Ronay, thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Check out more episodes of Cooking for Wellness on our Healthy Lifestyle playlist.